Hello, I'm Sandy Crombie from Crombie's of Edinburgh, and today I would like to cook a sirloin steak, or show you how I cook a sirloin steak. Now this is the sirloin, which is a cut from the loin or the back of the animal and is very tender. In fact, second in tenderness to the fillet steak. Now you'll see by this steak, this is well trimmed. Now that's very important, and all the muscles coming on the outside here we remove, and it makes this steak so much tender, so much nicer. Now you'll not find that in supermarkets. It's just the difference in buying from a butcher like ourselves. So we will go on now and I'll show you the first stage. Now this has been lying out for at least 20 minutes, 20 minutes to half an hour. That's essential. Remove it from your fridge before you start. Now we'll continue now with seasoning it. I like to put the oil onto the steak, like so. That's the olive oil, which I prefer. It's got the flavour and it's really nice. And now we'll season it. Now that I've oiled the steak, I would like to put the seasoning on. Now this is black pepper, and you need to put generous amounts of black pepper on. There we are. And the other side. And a touch of salt. There we are. Now make sure that's well rubbed into the steak, like so. Now it's all ready. Now for the cooking. Now, to cook a steak properly, the pan needs to be really hot. Now you can feel that. That's been sitting on the highest heat for about 10 minutes. So it's really hot, really good. Now this is my favourite frying pan. As you can see, it's a bit battered, like myself, and a bit old. But the steak is now ready to put into the frying pan. Nothing in the frying pan, no oil, it's not essential. And lay it that way and away from you into this. You hear that sizzle? Lovely. Now it only takes about 30 seconds or so. On the one side, and then it's still just sticking a little, so wait until it frees itself and it's going to be properly caramelised at the other side. Now, you feel that? No resistance. Now over we go, and we get the other side. Okay, just a little bit longer, just where you feel it's sticking a little, just give it a little bit more time. Now the next part I'm going to do, the next thing I'm going to do is crisp up the fat. When it's ready, there we are, that's it ready now. So, take the steak, put it on its side like that, and crisp up that fat. Now that makes a big difference when you're eating it. Okay, back on, and we'll turn the heat down low now. And we'll add some butter. Now the butter just imparts that beautiful flavour into the steak. There we are. That's quite low. We'll just let it sit there for a while. Let's spoon on a little extra. There we are. Beautiful. And let it sit there at a lower heat now. And it'll take its time to cook to perfection. Now, a steak like that would normally take about 10 minutes or so in total. I think I will cook it to about medium, because that's probably my preference, and the preference of most people in fact, a medium done steak. Now give it another couple of minutes like that. Now by putting a lid on, it's holding in the heat and it's cooking right round the steak. Another way to do it is to transfer it to a warm oven, which works quite well. There we are. That's another couple of minutes. Let's turn it again. Okay. And just let it do nice and slowly now. For another couple of minutes at least. Let's just see how it's doing. Now the best way to test a steak is to press it, and it's really a case of the resistance that you feel. Now if you were to press your ball with your thumb there, you find it very soft. That's almost like raw steak. Now if we take two fingers together like with the first finger, that's a little bit less resistant. Take the next one there, and that. Now that would equate to about medium with the middle finger. That would be well done. You see how tight it is. That is rare. Now if you practice that, you'll get the technique just perfect. Now that steak, to my mind, is ready. So what we have to do now is transfer it to a warm dish and keep it warm. Now I've got a warm dish here with some foil. There we are, out it comes into the dish, cover it up and set aside. Now that has to rest for about 5 minutes. Now while the steak's resting, we need to make a sauce. We'll remove all the butter and fat from that. Most of it already, and then we'll add, ding dong, we'll add a little bit wine vinegar, or you could add a little like that, or you could add red wine, and here we have some stock, some beef stock, about 125 ml or so. Okay. Now we'll have to reduce this down a little, and we've got all these caramelised bits at the base of the pan. Now we want to stir all that in, and at the same time reduce this down, and you'll get the concentrated flavour of the beef stock and what was in the pan. That's it. Now the red wine vinegar will give it that sharpness as well, that nice flavour it gives to it, and red wine does the same, a really nice flavour. You just give it a bit of time to reduce down. Okay, now it's reduced down somewhat. Anyway, we're going to finish this off with some nice cream, and we'll make it a pepper sauce. A cream pepper sauce. Very simple, a nice easy sauce to make. So we'll add in a couple of spoonfuls of cream. Now I use thick, extra thick double cream. It's best for this. Stir it in. There we are. this is going to be lovely. And we'll add in plenty of pepper now at the end. Plenty of black pepper. There we are. How's that looking? Let's give it a little taste. Quite nice. Take it off the heat a little. Needs a little bit more pepper. There we are. Now, let's look at the steak here. There's the steak doing away nicely, but we'll just pour in what's come out of the steak into the sauce. That'll give it that extra flavour. There we are. Okay, here's our steak, all nice and ready. On it goes. And we'll spoon in some of this sauce. Delicious sauce. Now, who wouldn't enjoy that? Okay. Thank you. I'll see you next time.